the Lissandra support come out. So we saw this a little bit. I remember Mickey X playing this a while back. In this, and they would like stop moving before they exploded. And they also made it so they now follow targets into the brush.
He's getting in there. He's ghosting for this kill, and BD's going to have to flash away just like that in the solo 1v1. There's an interruption on the dash, by the way. We already got to see if Palu is going to go back in. And BD's just dead. It's just a 1v1 kill solo by Faker, and now they're rooting the bottom lane. Palu's just dead too. And that's 2 kills for T1, 3 minutes into the game.
Just shoot. This is just huge. We'll see how this panned out. So obviously he ghosted. This is the initial play to get him low. Ghosted on him, and BD only has TP, so doesn't have a response combat summoner. And then BD's trying to walk up, and I assume he flashes on him.
Yeah. I think BD assumes he doesn't have mana.
Yeah, you actually looked. Faker's mana just BD is.
Yeah. Cuz level 5 still, doesn't look like he's going to be able to do too much. But does want to roam on over as the Chains of Corruption going to catch Keria, and he's not level 6, so he is just dead. Gets flashed on by the Varus, aiming here with a nice look. They catch him in transition towards that Drake. That does mean that owner's going to have to pull off of that one. Perfect trying to go ahead and proxy here. He's going to go with the Dominus right as the Gnar comes out.
And honestly, proxying has kind of been buffed. I was actually trying to contest here. But I think he's going to be scared away by all the members here. Yeah, proxying's been kind of buffed because the area which counts is in lane. So where Piff...
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like KT trying to contest this.
There's a lot of shouting I can hear on the stage, so they're certainly trying to make some kind of play, as there is the engage from Keria. Presses his R button. Owner getting pretty low, but already Cuz goes down as aiming full health, but he doesn't have a front line anymore. BDD just has to flash out of there, but the chase is on. It looks like he's just going to wall himself out as Pace ends up finishing up the dragon, and that's 2 dragons now for T1 with the Mountain Soul on the... Doran just doesn't really care about Perfect anymore.
Yeah, I think early levels, Doran, actually, the top lane matchup wasn't going as well as you typically expect. Got set behind a bit in terms of...
Oh, okay, getting on in there. The exhaust to utilize, trying to really 100-0 owner, and they are going to be able to do that. A bit traded back, but only on to Palu, who is the support, and even Keria's getting pretty low. Not in this comp.
Not in this comp.
Yeah. Maybe with the Varus, but not really. Not the best.
Maybe you should pitch it, but like, guys, next time, switch your comp up, you know, not chatty enough.
All right, they're trying to make a play here onto the Wukong, who does not seem to have his clone, and it looks like Cuz is just dead. Even tried to flash out of that one and just gets hit by a giant boulder to the back of the head. Keria getting pretty low himself, but again, he is Lissandra with flash and heals. So T1, they find the pick themselves right before this dragon, and it might just be...
But still, it's a big lead for T1 right now. And what I am a little bit worried about is Pays...
Palu somehow backing here where they could see him. We do have a disengage cone in position, but it doesn't matter with this much CC. Although Palu
the
is going to flash on him, charm, and then just, well, die.
Yeah.
And...
not ideal.
Yeah.
The cooldowns, but it definitely didn't feel too hot.
Yeah. For not all too much. And Renekton's really not having a fun time against either of these solo laners as they're trying to engage a mini-Gnar here. Doran in a bit of a rough spot as the knockback comes out. They don't have all that much damage, but it is enough in the end.
Okay, nice
pick. Take him
down. Again, they've actually dodged a bullet here because if he was a little bit more further along, he'd be so much stronger.
Yeah, could have been so much worse as trying to go in onto Mega Gnar, not the best, I would say, as now we have the flank coming in from Perfect, trying to take down Doran. They will be able to do that, but now Owner goes in onto Cuz, who just gets burst down. They do, in fact, have the damage, and Pay's even looking for a bit more with that shift forward. So Palu very low, Cuz is down, and T1 can kind of just do whatever they want. I would imagine they'll look for this Mountain Soul.
It's such a weird engage, you know. Obviously, they did take down the Mega Gnar, but I felt like they just threw their front line at this bulky Gnar and just took so much damage in return. And in the end, not only did you give over the Mountain Soul, but now Faker's level up comes in. His Rod of Ages is completed. The next time you fight, he's going to have Actualizer.
Use the quickness just to try to barely survive. Like, that's not the engage synergy we were talking about. Could have been much better, as now Perfect in the side lane. He's got a big shield, but the smite comes in, and it looks like Perfect will just go down.
So
in
he
the
gives tenacity, which I don't think he needs, right? He has cleanse, but you know, why not?
Yeah, a little bonus, you know,
just
because I've seen this many a time.
Are you suggesting I'm cursing them a little bit?
No, I just think T1 has some tendencies sometimes.
Okay, we'll see. Well, so far things looking good, but Cuz is trying to make his way in, potentially for a steal.
Yeah, he's trying to get that engage going as Palu, and well, it wasn't much of anything, as now the Cyclone is going to go down, and a massive Doran to the wall! Doran wants to end this game right here, right now, and I think he just did. As Perfect on the run, but he should be the 4th casualty on the list. BDD also on the run, but Faker's just sprinting at him. Is trying to actualize all over BDD at this point in time, who is going to flash away, and the flash comes in from Faker. Nice knock away, actually, from BDD onto Keria. As they're really extending into the base beyond 2 turrets.
Who's tanking? Come on. Okay, Keria, you've got it. He's a little bit tanky, shield. Right? Got the shield. There's still, the mid-tier 2 is up, right? So definitely a little bit of an overstep there to try and chase down BDD right now. Page trying to land the poke here.
Yep. Still a minute 30 on the Baron buff, so really just trying their best
TP
to push in.
Coming
Here's
in.
the TP, and this will be from Perfect with the Dominus procced already, but the rest of the team is so far away, and now aiming is all by his lonesome, is going to flash away, but the Realm Warp is coming in, and Faker wants to continue to actualize on this team. The exhaust is there, aiming is down, and the denial on the wall getaway from BDD is really going to put the nail in the coffin on this game number 1. 15-5 the kills.
You know, that recall was a great call, Perfect. You just stay in the fountain. No, I think there's a better place for you to be.
Yeah.
And that is in the fountain. Not much you can do here.
He's going to get rooted up by Keria, who just casually plays Lissandra support into Palu's Rakan, and wasn't even the main character of this game. I mean, he was good, but I think it was really just T1's ability as a team to shut down a team when they're playing very seriously that took the prize in this game 1.